God. Oh my God, no. Oh my God. Sorry, my chicken.
That is senseless. Are you kidding me? This is ugly.
So
This is-
scary.
Guys, calm down.
There has to be some sort of logical explanation for this.
His boots. They're too big. Why us? God, why?
Get yourself together, Jacob Graham. This has to be some sort of agenda hazing ritual. Just wait for Jordan Madison to get here.
All right, f***ers, listen up.
Listen, you made it through that first episode just fine and dandy, but the season has just begun.
You think you have what it takes to be on the agenda? Well, after tonight, you might want to rethink that.
Only the strongest minded and willing are going to make it through these next steps.
Hope you guys are thirsty because night 1 begins now.
Your first task is to write 114 desk segments in 7 hours.
And you have to finish all the soda, no bathroom breaks until we come unlock the door in the morning.
Wait, don't you mean Pop?
You are on my list, newbie.
Stop wasting time. You only got 6 hours left.
So what happens if we don't finish?
You don't want to know.
That's why I asked.
Okay, fine. The show gets botched, alright?
What?
What?
Are you kidding me?
All right, get to work.
Okay, this is great. They are not going to be able to handle this.
Oh, I know. They're going to bail on the agenda so fast.
Okay, at this rate, we're going to be canceled by sunrise.
I know. They're going to be lucky if they get 10 scripts done.
Oh, they are so causing a riot in that office right now.
Okay, those two are definitely off the rocker this season.
Do they really expect us to write 114 scripts? What are the guidelines? Do they have to be good? Are we airing them?
Well, I guess we better get started.
Oh, God. Why? So, what are you trying to do here?
Got any sevens?
Nope, go fish. Got any 7s?
You know, you play a tough game, but you play a fair game. You win.
Well, guys, should we just pitch a bunch of news stories first and see where that takes us?
Yes!
Man, that's script number 67 done.
And it's only 3 o'clock.
Chug! Woo! I will never die!
T-minus 4 hours until we ruin those kids' lives and botch the agenda finally.
I just wish there was a way we could just cut to the morning and see how they did.
Do you think we should wake them up? They look so peaceful when they aren't insane.
I don't know. Do you think they'll be upset that they left the door unlocked all night?
I wish we would have figured that out before Jake and Kyle crossed streams in the trash can.
Don't worry, I got this.
Madison and Jordan, wake up! Come quick! There's a goth girl!
Where? Goth girls?
Please, break my heart. I am so ready.
Oh no, it's just our cast. Here to tell us they failed, presumably by the looks on their faces.
No, actually, that went a lot better than we expected.
Yeah, we actually got 20 more scripts than we needed, so finals week is actually easier than this.
Well,
That is what the kids call unexpected.
I will never die! TV2 is my bitch!
Welcome to the agenda. This week we have a very special Valentine's Day edition of our show, filled with love, lust, and beef.
Don't ask questions, buddy. It might only be episode 2, but you should know how we roll by now. I'm your host, Zaria Moore.
And I'm your host, Demetrius Hammett. Say, Zaria, got any big plans for tonight?
I think we're all going to Gyro's after the show. You know, like what we did last episode?
What? You guys really need to start telling me things. You all got hazed this weekend, and I didn't get the memo.
It's for the best. I saw too many of our cast members shirtless, and now I can't go back.
Are you talking about Jake? I heard he was ripped.
Ripped, but that boy cannot handle his caffeine.
That is true. One time I was drinking a decaf coffee in set safety last semester, and the smell alone set him off. He had to run laps around the lecture hall until campus security took him away.
That explains the abs.
No need to stall anymore. It's time for some readers. It was reported more than 50 polar bears invaded a village in Russia. The bears have been seen chasing villagers, entering homes, and being just downright barbaric.
The bad blood in the debate over the classification of pornography is swelling to a major head as the Arizona House of Representatives is set to vote on a bill that would classify pornography as causing a public health crisis in that state. The bill was passed in committee on party lines. Republicans say that porn encourages violence against women and unhealthy morals, while Democrats say that the resolution does not have enough science behind it, and that the bigger issue is that there is no medically accurate sexual education being taught in Arizonan schools. If the bill becomes a state law, then Arizona would join a host of other states enacting laws that deal with the extreme dangers of the objectification of women, such as Utah and Arkansas.
Zookeepers in London were shocked to find that one of their tigers mauled its mate-to-be to death this last weekend. In the tiger's defense, the tigers had been flirting with that sketchy Frosted Flakes loser.
Let's talk about the birds and the bees, shall we? Just kidding. I want to talk about the bees for once. Aside from the global crisis being that we need to save them, did you know bees are smarter than you? That's right. According to Australian researchers, bees have the math skills equivalent to a 5-year-old. Bees know how to add and subtract from pollen to pollen and know how to count their honeycombs. Save the bees because they're smarter than kids.
8 people have been sent to the hospital during the polar vortex this winter. Not because of the frigid below-zero temperatures, as one may think, but because of throwing boiling hot water in the air and watching it freeze. Some may forget that what goes up must come down, back on your skin and giving you third-degree burns. The agenda will be right back. Hang tight until then.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back. A few weeks ago, His Holiness Pope Francis launched the Click to Pray app in order to reach a new generation of Catholic kiddies. I couldn't find the app anywhere, but I did find a phone number that claims to have the holy deal. Let's see what all the fuss is about with this new way to pray.
Papa Francis's Pizzeria, this is Frankie. What do you want?
Hi, is this His Holiness?
Yeah, sure. Pick up or delivery?
I'd like to have my prayers delivered to our Lord.
Buddy, you got a couple of screws loose in your head, huh? How about I come knock them back in place? Now, you want pickup or delivery?
His Holiness, your language is not very godly.
Yeah, I'll show you what's godly when I shove my foot up your...
Hey, Frankie, you gonna play telephone all day, or you gonna get those calzones out of the oven?
Hey, mangiamele, Murio, stupido contarino.
Is everything okay over there?
Yeah, what's it to you?
Never mind. I was just here to ask about the app.
Oh, apps? We've got prosciutto, bruschetta, broccolini, bocconcini, panzanella, antipasta, caprese salad, cob salad, tossed salad, communion wafers.
Communion wafers at a pizza shop?
Hey, Frankie, quit talking to your girlfriend and start powdering those cannolis before I powder you, you moof.
Hey, Tony, I'm getting tired of you. You know,
Hey,
you've been
what
busting
happened
my
here?
hump
8
for the
days
past
a
few
week,
weeks.
8 days an hour, 8
I'm
days
just...
a day. Hey!
Father, it sounds like you're pretty busy, so I'm gonna let you go.
Go in peace, my child.
Thank you, Father.
And now for this week's installment of DIY Kids. Do DIYs, our resident DIY boys Asher and Braxton will be making some special Valentine treats for your boo.
Alright, weirdos and misfits, just because we don't fit in doesn't mean we have to skip out on skincare.
Which is why today we're making an all-natural, completely organic lip scrub. Gotta make sure to have those soft and supple lips when reading Hemingway to your golf girlfriend.
And after that, we're gonna write some deep, meaningful poems on some homemade paper.
So ladies, gentlemen, and those of you that look like Billie Eilish, throw in your mango pods and turn on your favorite Hobo Johnson tune as we take you down a dark, mysterious path of DIYs.
So the usual normie recipe calls for olive oil and sugar, but today we're gonna spice it up a little bit.
Quote the Raven, use the yolk of 1 crow egg and mix it in with the ashes of your deceased family member.
The closer the better.
Then you gotta mix it all up using your toothbrush and your stepdad's second favorite ashtray.
Once you're done mixing it, you must recite the best song made by our DIY gods. I overthink too much, and this weight becomes too heavy to handle.
That song always gets me in my feels. And there you go, our DIY lip scrub.
And of course, you can't give this to your boo without a little something from the nether for her to read.
So if you've been following our podcast, we gave step-by-step instructions on how to make your own free-range, compostable, upcycled paper. So we've got 2 sheets right here, and we're going to channel our inner demons to write these poems.
So we're gonna start out with, oh God.
What's wrong?
These are supposed to be about love, and I can't love.
I don't know, man. We're hucks.
I think we need to cut this here. I have to go cry again.
Okay. The agenda will be right back, I guess, after a PSA about restaurant meat.
Come on, guys, don't make me say it, but where's the beef? Are you sitting here really trying to run a restaurant, but your restaurant ran out of meat? You're really gonna sit there still drinking cow's milk in 2017, but your restaurant is out of meat? How am I supposed to sit here in Trump's America knowing that I can't go out to eat at a restaurant and feel safe? Hi, I'm Beef Patty Maddie, and boy do I have some beef. No pun intended. Y'all carnivores really have some nerve preaching your protein intake, but when it comes down to it, you can't really follow through now, can you? This lady here, pregnant, hormonal, all she wanted was 1 single beef patty, and you couldn't give that to her. All she wanted was one beef patty. So I've got a proposition for you. Why eat beef when you can cause beef? Fight your mom. Fight your dad. Fight your roommate. Fight your roommate's lizard. Fight your professors. Fight yourself. Fight your local Five Guys employees. Fight your boss. Fight Guy Fieri. And when you've gotten through all those people, make sure to pick up the phone and call me, Beef Patty Maddie, and we can brawl it out like real men. Because you know what 303 said, I'm a vegetarian, and I ain't f***ing scared of him. Why do I look like Post Malone?
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher.
Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Finally won. What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
A nursing home bingo battle broke out between two not-so-sweet old ladies. One of the bingo brawlers stated that she had to walk 5 miles over a hill both ways, barefoot, in a snowstorm to get that seat. Police arrived shortly after to break up the chaos, and the two grannies were unable to play. This just goes to show no matter how old you are, you should always follow the rules of a seat check. Joining me here today are the bingo boxers themselves, Ethel Wozniak and Clarice Zamboni.
How do you do?
What was that?
I said joining us today are the bingo boxers, Ethel Wozniak and Clarice Zamboni.
Oh, Ethel! How's she doing? Where has she been?
I'm right here, you dunce.
Hey, now there's no need to be hostile. This is a safe environment for both of you.
The only safe environment is gonna be when they finally toss me in a jail cell after giving this old hag the right hook of a lifetime.
Hook? Why, me and my gal pals used to play hooky back in the day and go on down to the sock hop to get our boogaloo on. That's where I met the love of my life, Robbie the Iceman Zamboni. Oh, what a dreamboat. Back then we were just pen pals, but let me tell ya, he could shake it like no other. Now, you see...
So, Ethel, how did the situation escalate to the point of violence?
Well, have you been listening to her speak? When I tried to explain to her how it was my seat, she kept going on about sock hops and Robbie the Iceman Zamboni. Just lost my temper and socked her in the head.
Socked? Why, me and my gal pals used to cut class to go on down to the sock hop.
We know about the damn sock hop.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have today for this segment. Remember, kids, respect your elders and don't forget to call your grandparents because they probably miss you. We'll be right back.
Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Planting seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall, and make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Are you worried about spending Valentine's Day alone? Me too. So, Demetrius, please take this bit over for me.
Lucky for you, Zaria, we have 3 lucky contestants fighting for your love. In this corner, with a 6-pack that the cast has just discovered, but who knows how long it's been there, and a booty that just won't quit, Jacob Gran. Up next, our fresh new AP and rookie Kent Clark, Alexis Wilson. And last but certainly not least, we have TikTok star and 21 Pilots stan girl, Sylvia Lorson. All right, Zaria, how are you feeling about all of this?
You know, I'm feeling optimistic. I was really hoping to get some new blood, but as long as we agreed that hooking up with the cast isn't incest, I'm cool.
I can't promise that. We are a family after all.
Wait, what?
Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to ask a series of questions to each of our contestants, and it's up to you to choose your lover. First question, what is your ideal first date?
Well, since you both looked at me, I guess I'm gonna go first. My ideal first date, you know, crack open a cold dooski and play some Apex Legends with the boys.
My ideal first date is to take Zaria to Disney World and get her a princess makeover because she deserves to be treated like a princess.
Well, as a black woman in America in 2019 during Black History Month, I would have to say I would take her to the steps of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial.
Wow. Those sound like some wonderful times.
Yeah, I'm kind of overwhelmed with those responses. They're all great, but as a black woman during Black History Month, I have to go with my fellow black woman, Alexis.
That's understandable. On to our next question. What is your favorite meal to cook?
I like to cook mac and cheese because it's Zaria's favorite food.
Well, I like ramen because it's pretty easy, and as a black woman with a hard life, ramen is where it's at.
Me personally, I don't know how to cook much. So I'd have to go with chicken tenders and tater tots, just simply because that's all I can make.
Understandable.
I was hoping for something a little bit more creative, but I do love mac and cheese, so I give it to the 21 Pilots fan over there.
All right, Sylvia. Now, if you had an extra hour in the day, what would you do?
I would give that extra hour to show Zaria all of my love that my heart contains for her.
I would probably watch a documentary on slavery.
Me? Well, let's just say you don't want to know what I'm going to do with that extra hour. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
I relate to that a lot, actually. If I had another hour, I don't think I can say it on air. So I have to give it to the young man sitting on that end.
Okay. Well, that's a point for each of you now.
Mhm.
All right, our next question, which I believe is the most important. Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba?
Sicko Bamba.
I would pick Mo Bamba because it's the first song that me and Zaria ever listened to at the same time in the same room.
It's a tough one, but I'm going to have to go with Peach Scones by Hobo Johnson.
That's a very diverse music collection.
It is, and I feel like they all captured an element of what my favorite music is. This is kind of a lot to think about, but I think I'm going to come to my decision eventually. Do you have anything else you can ask him?
All right, our next question. You give birth to your first son and he's ugly. What's his name?
Do you want to go first?
I would name that ugly, ugly child Jacob William Grant.
Oh, come on now.
I plead the fifth.
Me? I'd name my ugly kid Whoopsie Daisy.
That's adorable.
Wow, I think that's pretty compelling, all of it. But after hearing that, I've definitely came to my decision.
All right, well, it looks like that's all the time we have. So what is your decision?
Well, after a very long, hard process of thinking this over, I'm going to have to say, and go with my gut on this one, I'm going to have to go with...
Are you okay?
Sorry.
Can you tell us?
It's my allergies. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to have to go...
Well, do you have a name or anything?
Yeah.
Are any of our contestants good?
If I can do...
You know, all right.
Sorry, I
That's
need
all the
a
time we
tissue or
have this
something.
week. Tune in next week to see if Zaria actually sneezes. Follow us on Twitter at The Agenda on TV2 and watch us Thursday at 9 p.m. on TV2 and streaming on Kent Wired. Also, check out KSUIF's new podcast on YouTube at Kent State Independent Films. Have a good night, everyone. Try to not make too many Scorpio babies, if you know what I'm saying.
Pressing issue has arisen on the agenda on TV2. Demetrius is calling the cops right now, but we have lost $40 worth of Schweppes. Kyle, it's gonna be okay. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, so this is now an investigative journalism piece on where are we gonna find our Schweppes. What do you know about the Schweppes and 221B? What do you know? What do you know? And I have a bone to pick with you. What do you know about the Schweppes and 221B?
I need it.
It's missing. Where did it go?
It
What do
wasn't
you know?
me. It wasn't me.
What do you know?
Blame
Where were you?
Tanner.
Where were
Blame
you?
Tanner. Blame Tanner.
Where's Tanner? Tanner, what do you know about the Schweppes and 221B?
No comment.
Scott Holgren, I have a very important question for you. What do you know about the Schweppes from 221B? What do you know about the Schweppes and 221B?
I know that the Schweppes and 221B are into the
Dan Braden.
Dan Braden, what do you know about the Schweppes and 221B?
Where are f***ing Schweppes? 40 cans.
$40.
$40 of Schweppes. Gone. Down the pooper.
Mike Euler, what do you know about the Schweppes and 221B?
Where the f*** are Schweppes?
I don't know, buddy. I'm talking about the ginger ale.
I'm talking about the Schweppes, Mike Euler.
You drink our Schweppes?
These pipes, that's it. That's all I know.
This is our last can of Schweppes.
Whoever drank our Schweppes, come forward, because that was $40 worth of Schweppes that we had.
That we didn't pay for.
That we didn't pay for.
It doesn't affect me at all.
Our kids paid for it, and it doesn't affect them either.
Except it affects Sylvia, but she took hers home.
And we have our own supply, too. It was him. I didn't even think I was saying.
In the arms of an angel, far away.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.